smile. I wanna hold you in my arms again. I wanna do the little things we used to do before. Honey, I can't live without you anymore. I won't be satisfied until you're by my side. Oh, how I'm yearning for that moment when...
Andrea.
Yes. Philippe.
A few things I want to go through now that we're on location before we actually shoot anything. These key things are going to be how to focus,
Okay.
white balancing, and also our ISOs. We haven't talked about these yet. Now the ISOs, when I straight away looked at your camera, it was set to ISO 125. That's a bad ISO to
I
use.
like 6,400.
Now I'm going to go into the ISO menu and you can have a look at it, okay?
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is going to press ISO and you see these ISOs come up. Generally what you want to do is keep it as low as possible for the cleanest looking image, right?
Okay.
But sometimes you need to put it up because there's not enough light. So you put it up to compensate for that. There's some ISOs you really need to try and avoid. And they are 125 and all the multiplications of that. So 250, 500 and 1000. They create noise. Even though they may seem low, like 125 is actually really noisy. The key ISOs to use are 160, 320, 640, 1250, 2500. The others are okay, 100, 200. It's just the 125 ones you need to avoid. Now, when it comes to white balance, I think for simplicity's sake, just use the presets. And it's always nicer to have a slightly warmer balance because the last thing you want to do is take away what the sun is giving you. If you're on a tripod, how are you going to focus?
I'm going to pull that around. I'm going to zoom in on what I want to focus on and then find it and then zoom back out.
Okay, that's a mistake. If we're using a video camera like Steve's got, that is the classic way to focus. These lenses do not maintain focus by zooming in.
Use that.
Yeah, if you zoom in and do a focus, it will not maintain its focus. That's why you use the digital zoom in, which is this button here. So go ahead, press that. You've got 5 times and 10 times. Get the focus you want.
Move it this way.
You can move it with the joystick.
And I come out.
And then come out. And there you are. Do you understand the concept of depth of field?
Yes, what's in focus far away versus what's close.
It's depending on the deeper depth of field, the more distance you have that stuff stays in focus. The narrower the depth of field, so only a small amount stays in focus, like in that small plane.
Really pretty pictures.
Pretty shots, but very hard to keep focused. So that's the basic focusing, that's your white balancing, and that's your ISO. If you want great stable stuff, full stop, a tripod is always going to be your #1 accessory. Steve is using a monopod. Monopods are great for being mobile and quick. I do like them a lot, but obviously if you want to let go of things, you can't, it's just going to fall over. You also notice we now have the microphone on.
Yep.
The key thing with the microphone is make sure it's plugged in, and the other key thing is make sure it's switched on. This is the camera set up, ready to shoot. You feel happy with that?
I think we've got a good image going on here. I'm just going to do some people watching now.
First thing you want to do is make sure your pans and tilts are smooth and not too fast. The camera does not like it when it's too fast. You end up with kind of bendy lines and you don't want that.
All of my videos have those weird bendy
So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you a controlled movement. We're going to find the start point of our shot, which is here. So we're going to start recording. Okay, we're recording. Now what I would generally do is count for about 10 seconds.
Okay.
Do you know what? I should explain why. So I'm going to leave the shot for 10 seconds. And after that 10 seconds, I'm going to start my pan, a nice gentle pan, onto the best looking guy currently filming us. And that's Steve. And I'm going to let go. And I'm going to hold for another 10 seconds.
Okay.
The reason you're doing that is you're giving the editor, or yourself if you're the editor, 3 shots. You're giving them 2 static locked off shots and a movement. So that's the sort of speed of motion you want to do, nice and gentle.
So here we go.
Yeah. That was perfect.
Honey, I can't live without you anymore. I won't be satisfied until you're by my side. Oh, how I'm yearning for that moment when I'll say hello, I'll see you smile, I'll hold you in my arms again. I'll say hello. I'll see you smile. I hold you